Right, so here I have my my stock exhaust. Right, so I should have done this in the other video as well. I'm just gonna measure the stock exhaust real quick. So I go back to inches. Let's see. Oh yeah, OD is only 1.37. So definitely smaller around, right? The other one was 1.5 inches. This one's 1.37. So what's that? Is that a 1.37? That's like what, an 1/8 inch or so smaller, I think. I don't know. I don't know my what's that 1/8 inch? 1/8 inches. 1/8 inches 0.125. So 1.37. So that's close to an 1/8 inch, I think. So anyways, yeah, so that's why it's smaller, or I shouldn't say smaller, I should say yeah, smaller. I mean less lower restriction, right? So for you metric folks, let me go into millimeters. Metric folks, that's 34.79 or so, 34.8. So there you go. Yep, that's it. Actually, I've been thinking about, but I'm not sure if I want to do it yet. I've been thinking about gutting this just to play around with it. I'm gonna cut it open and see how it runs. I think how it runs is that it goes. I think this thing is divided into 3 chambers. You know, one, 2. You know, 1, 2, and 3. And how it goes is that it goes from the header, goes all the way to the back chamber, right? Then it opens up in the back chamber. Then I believe from there, there's another tube that runs to the front chamber. So it opens up into the back chamber, then it runs to the front chamber, then it opens up. Then I think it goes into the middle chamber. Another tube goes into the middle chamber, and from there, the middle chamber, another tube will actually go out here, something like that. I just know that's 3 chambers, and that's how it runs. If I were to cut this open, I would not cut it from the top side, because if you cut it from the top side, you'll mess up your mounting, where you mount. So if you mess up where you mount, the alignment might not be right. So I would actually cut this thing from the bottom side. I'll actually cut it from down here. I would actually cut it from down here. I would actually, cut this open down here and gut it that way. Actually, I think you could see the chamber where it's welded. See these welds here? Oops. See these welds here, also here, and here. You see that it lines up. So this is one lining up right here. One lining up right here, and another lining up right here. So that's one chamber, another separate chamber, and over here is the 3rd chamber. So yeah, that's how it's done. There's a little hole here. This is the water hole. Exhaust gases. When you burn a hydrocarbon, one of the byproducts is water, and also as some of the exhaust gas goes through the cat converts stuff. One of the things that it converts also turns into water as well. So you have that's where you have water buildup, especially when it's cold. You can see the condensation coming out from the tip over there. That's part of the combustion process. So sometimes because when you stop and everything cools down, water builds up in here, and this is where it drains out. So that's cool that they made that. A lot of companies, they don't do this. It's all solid, so all this water builds up in here, and over time it'll rust out. This will rust out too, but it will last a lot longer. Let's see what else. What's about this? Yeah. So the stock exhaust is actually not bad looking. It's actually, I think it's my favorite looking stock exhaust. It's the only stock exhaust that I've ever seen that actually looks nice, you know, because when it comes down here, because this thing is very low key, you don't notice it at all. Right here, it comes out and it's very, it's round and small, and you know the roundness matches the rest of the bike. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention in my other video when I compared these two was the shape I was talking about this angle here. I actually got kind of sidetracked. So this angle here, even though it comes out like this, you know, it causes that restriction. So that's one. When you're more angle causes more restriction. But the other thing is that that the way it looks kind of funny. Because when it comes down, you see that almost 90 degree, and just kind of the line doesn't quite look right, it doesn't flow. Whereas with the Termignoni, it actually flows. It flows, contours the shape of the engine. Same with the stock exhaust. The stock exhaust actually flows and contours with the shape of the engine. So it looks real nice. So this looks real nice. But this looks kind of odd because it has that, it sticks out. The positive on that is that because it sticks out, it gives you a lot of space back here. The space back here gives you more space for the oil filter and the drain plug. Was this one, there's hardly any space at all for the oil filter and drain plug. There's like literally there's like hardly any space at all. You could barely fit your wrenches to take out the oil filter and drain plug on this one, just barely. You know, just like the stock. The stock is pretty tight too. You could barely fit the oil filter and the drain pipe or drain plug, you know, on the wrench. So yeah. Let's see. I think that's it. Oh, you know what? This one on the stock. You know, let's look at it real fast again on the stock. If you look at the chamber here, why this section right here is so long compared to these other sections? Because when it first comes out right here is where the catalytic converter is. So this end right here is where the cat is. So that's a big old thing right here. So that's why it's big and bulky. So it is that length for the cat. Then it shoots out into the back chamber, right? Goes to the cat, shoots out to the back chamber, opens up. From there it shoots out, I believe, to the front chamber. Yeah, I think to the front chamber, or it might shoot out to the middle, but I think it's to the front chamber, then to the middle, then out the tip, something like that. The thing I was going to mention. Oh yeah, so the other thing I was going to mention, I forgot to as well, is how the pipes here are configured. If you look at this, let's look at this, right? See the pipe here, the middle pipe is up on top, and the two outer pipe is on the bottom. So basically, it forms a standard triangle. This will actually give you less ground clearance, you know. Whereas the stock pipe and also the Termignoni, the two outsides on the top, and the bottom, the middle one's on the bottom. So basically, it forms a upside down triangle. So you know, if you look at the bike, right? You look at the bike, you want it to have that. You look at it from this way, right? You want, you know, you actually see how you know, if you're you know, if you have ground clearance and you're leaning over and the ground is like, you know, you're leaning over and the ground's coming up like this. This being two on the bottom, it's wider, so there's less ground clearance compared to the stock or the Termignoni. You know, you have it's like that. So you have the bottom one. So that way, when it comes like this with ground clearance, you have more ground clearance, right? That makes sense. Actually, it's not perfectly like this. It's actually more like, I think it's more like that. So it's something like this. But anyways, you have more ground clearance. Just like with the stock, you have more ground clearance. Okay. So I think that's it. Looking at all of them. Yeah, I think I'm done. So thanks for watching.